Hello, Homestead team. I'm Chaplain Robert Terrell, and this is your May 9th, 2022 Monday Motivator. It's the day after Mother's Day. I hope you were able to celebrate anybody who has mothered you, whether they're your biological mom or not, because I know sometimes Mother's Day can be complicated. And that you were celebrated by anybody that you have mothered. Again, because the people we mother are not always those that are biologically related to us. This past week, I saw a mother and daughter in one of my favorite coffee shops, which is just right over there, talking to one another about their life together. I have to be honest and say I eavesdropped just a little. And the reason I eavesdropped was because I began to notice that both of them were more concerned with talking than they were with listening to one another. One would be talking, the other would be talking right at the exact same time. You may have seen conversations like this where a lot of words are said, but very few, if anything, is actually heard. One of the things I love that I believe so many of you care pros do so well is active listening, where you don't just listen in the sense that you're in their presence, but you are actively involved in pulling out and hearing the story of someone else. Here are the things that I think are helpful with that. One, to be genuinely curious about the other person in front of you. So many people around us have interesting stories to tell if we will just be curious enough to allow them to tell that story. Two, to remove any distractions. These cell phones that we have, well, they're wonderful for a lot of things, but they're also very distracting. I wonder what that conversation between that mom and daughter would have been like if they'd stepped out of that very loud coffee shop and walked around the park instead. I bet those distractions would have ceased and they would have been able to listen to each other better. The other thing to do, besides being curious and removing distractions, is to actively show that you're listening. Ask questions. If I hear what you're saying, it's this. Repeat back to them what they've said. Lean in so they know that you're listening. Give them good eye contact. And then the last thing that I think is good is to avoid judgment. Sometimes we can hear somebody say something and we might disagree with it, and we get so concerned with making sure our disagreement is heard that we stop listening. Some of the best advice I ever heard concerning listening comes from the book of James in the Bible. It says that everyone should be slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to anger. It's good advice. You care pros, you so often teach others about love the verb by living it out. And I think some of you would have done a really good job of teaching this mom and this daughter about love the verb and listening. You listen to your clients, and I am so appreciative of that. If you need somebody to listen to you, I would love to do that. My contact information is at the end of this video. And as I say every week, if you remember nothing else from this, remember this. Our CEO, God cares for you, and so do I. Have a great week listening to others, and I hope somebody listens to you.